So, I found this really cute book at Ollie's, and it's called The Tales Behind Tarot. Cute. And I thought maybe it would be fun if uh, I read them to you. So, let me put on my beautiful reading voice. And of course, we're going to start with The Fool. Look at that, kids. Boom. Okay, let's get started. The Fool. Once upon a time, there lived a fool, a young boy with the world at his feet and a dream in his heart. So full of joy he was that he walked in a daze and lived in the here and now. Some might say his head was full of air, but they would be wrong. The fool was fully aware of every single thing, for he engaged all of his senses and moved through life with ease. It's true that he had much to learn, and he also had much to teach. For when you wander as the fool, you wander freely with openness, and this allows you to fully connect with your surroundings. The fool was flamboyant. He dressed in bright colors with artistic flair, and he carried his hand, a white flower, as a symbol of his youthful innocence. It wasn't an image, it was simply the way he was. Everything was on show, for the fool was not accustomed to the ways of the world and had yet to begin his spiritual journey. This excited him greatly. He had been waiting for the right moment, the optimum second that he would take the leap of faith into the unknown. Those who knew him would say he was a dreamer, and those who didn't assumed it. The fool was brave and bold, a spontaneous soul who was prepared to take a chance. He packed lightly for his journey, for what was the point of weighing himself down? He had no preconceptions or expectations. This boy was a book waiting to be filled with adventure. His only companion was a small white dog, a faithful and loyal friend that had come to wave him off on his travels. The fool wasn't planned for this quest. How can you plan for the future? His blind faith would keep him safe, and he hoped that his encounters would be fortunate. There was no goal to his manner, just an optimism that most who met him found contagious. He had always been a playful boy, the type of character who would find fun anywhere, and because of this, he had built a reputation and had been given his name, the Fool. And so it was on this glorious summer's day when the sun had set in the sky and its golden rays set upon the fool as he said his goodbyes to all that he knew and loved. Today was the day for a new beginning. He could sense it, and driven by the slightest whims, he decided to take the plunge. With his knapsack over his shoulder, he stepped out into the world, taking long, purposeful strides. He embraced the air and gulped it down into his lungs. He turned his face upwards, delighted by the warmth upon his cheeks. He held the white flower aloft, as if it was an offering to the gods, and he continued to walk one foot in front of the other. It was almost like a dance for him, a performance, and he enjoyed every second. His steps formed a rhythm that matched the beating of his heart, and soon he had picked up speed and the walk became a trot. Light of foot, he sprang forward as the mountains rose up behind him. To any onlooker, it might have seemed like a foreboding omen, but not to the fool. He was oblivious, so caught up in the excitement of the moment that nothing else mattered. His little dog galloped at his side, yapping with glee. He was the only one that could match his companion's enthusiasm. Together they were lost in the dance, which is why the fool never noticed the edge of the cliff that loomed closer. He didn't notice the sheer drop that could have been the end of the world and would have been the end of him if he had fallen. Instead, he flounced toward with a wide smile upon his face. I am free. I am excited. I am filled with joy. Let my spiritual quest begin. These were the thoughts that played like a mantra in his head, and like any magical chant, these words held power of their own, a power so potent that enough that it was enough to launch him off of his feet. He lifted up into the air, closed his eyes, and flew. Like a feather floating lazily on a gentle breeze, he drifted up and away, all of his dreams intact. If anyone had witnessed this spectacle besides the little dog, they would no doubt say it was magic, and perhaps it was, for the fool had magic running deep in his soul that he didn't even know about. Like any hapless child, he was unaware of the true nature and the things that he could manifest. And it was on his own in this land of dreams about to learn the secrets of the universe. Tossing and turning as the wind picked up, the fool never opened his eyes. He had complete trust that all would work out as it should, and that he would eventually find his feet and be able to move on. Gradually, as the breeze settled, so did the fool, his soles grazing the dusty ground beneath. Once more, he was standing upright, and the earth was there to support him. Taking a deep breath, he opened his eyes and surveyed the landscape around him. The vista before him was full of potential, a blank canvas from which he could create anything. The town of his birth was gone, the mountains too. Everything was different and new. It was now he realized the moment had come. His quest had begun. The Fool card marks the beginning of a new cycle or journey. Keep your head up and step boldly into the future. If you liked this magical reading by Violet Imagery, let me know if I should do more, because these are like really stinking cute. So I hope you got something out of it.